Well, on our panel, we do have the one person who wants to retain her position, and that's the Democratic Alliance's current mayor, Ma'am Patricia de Lille. Welcome, ma'am, and thanks very much for joining us. Well, next to her is, of course, Mr. Bernard Joseph, who is from the New Kids on the Block, contesting local government elections for the very first time. Mr. Bernard Joseph, welcome to you too, sir. To my right is Felon Christians, who is, of course, from the African Christian Democratic Party. Welcome to you too, sir.
Thank you.
Well, Kolani Sotashe is the chief whip of the opposition in the Metro, the African National Congress. Welcome to you too, sir.
What a privilege to be here with.
Well, thank you very much. Well, I'm going to ask each and every one of our panelists, I'm going to give you a minute each to very briefly take us through what the issues are for your party in this election. I'm going to start with you, Madam de Lille.
Thank you, Vuyo. The Democratic Alliance is the only party with a tried and tested plan for the past 5 years. It has delivered the best. It has delivered the best services across the country. We will always redress and correct the imbalances of the past by providing free basic services to those who cannot afford it. We are the best run metro in South Africa, but I will be the first to admit there are still lots more to be done.
Thank you very much. Mr. Joseph, what are you bringing to the party?
Thank you, Vuyo, and to the listeners of SABC 1. We would be very brief, and in a nutshell, we would like to indicate that the EFF is the only party that is defending and that is speaking on behalf of the poor. The EFF is also the last hope for jobs and service delivery. So our whole campaign will center around this going forward. There's a lot of issues that we would like to raise in terms of building capacity, tackling the issue of tender processes, but that will be our focus going forward.
Thank you very much. Mr. Felon Christians from the ACDP, what are your issues?
Thank you very much, Vuyo. I think the important thing for the ACDP, the African Christian Democratic Party, is that we are a party based on Christian principles. So when we talk about integrity, it comes from within. When we talk about trustworthy leaders that will govern the city, we talk about people that got values. So what's important for us as the ACDP is that people needs to come first. Our people in the city needs to be first. So when we do developments or when we do things, they must be consulted. Another important thing for us is that we respect God and we respect our families. So when we talk about respect, we do not kick people, females, when they lay on the ground. We respect God and we will respect the voter.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sotashe.
No, thank you very much, Vuyo. What we will do as African National Congress, the president of the ANC presented very comprehensive manifesto, of which we, as the ANC in the city of Cape Town, we will use that manifesto to strengthen the capacity of our communities, to make sure that we undo the creation of two cities within a city, the city for the rich and the city for the poor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Time to take a quick ad break. This debate continues on the other side of this.
Africa is growing. As a result, it's also advancing the way it does things.
Any developments in technology can really do a lot to boost growth.
On Network, we'll show you how technology is improving the lives of Africans.
The life of an LED globe is 15 times longer than what they have currently.
We also have new gadgets, games, and the continent's innovative technology ideas. That's Network with me, Spumelele Zondi, every Sunday at 19:30 Central African Time.
Welcome back. You're watching the Sunday Live Battlegrounds 2016 weekly debates brought to you by SABC News. Tonight, we're talking about the city of Cape Town. Well, you heard what the respective representatives of the political parties represented here tonight had to say are the priorities. I'm going to try and pick up just from some of the issues that they raised. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Christians, if you allow me to. Integrity. Why are you saying integrity is such an important thing from where you are sitting as a party?
I think the important thing is our people, our voters out there, needs people that is honest. Many of our councillors, and I'm talking about other political parties, when they are not accessible to the voter, and we see day in and day out, we have service delivery protest. And we as the ACDP ask ourselves, what is the problem? And when you go through the line, you see the councillors is not delivering. We, on the other hand, have said, when we have leaders in place, councillors in place, one, the people must be first. Second, they must serve with honesty and integrity. That's why we do not have to sing one song, because our principles is based on honesty and truth.
Thank you very much. Mr. Joseph, you're putting a lot of emphasis on poverty.
That's correct.
Why?
It is quite clear. If you go into the different areas within the Western Cape, you will see poverty all around you. If you go to Khayelitsha, if you go to Mitchell's Plain, if you go to Tafelsig within Mitchell's Plain, you can see poverty on the faces of people. And that's the issues that we need to address. Coming back to this thing of integrity. Integrity can be a very nice word, but without respecting people, the ACDP is not respecting the people of the Western Cape because they are in cahoots with the DA. And that is the real challenge within this province. We need to address the issues that is affecting the people of the Western Cape.
Mr. Sotasha, you insist, your party is insisting there's a big divide.
Vuyo, we are determined to reverse the creation of two cities within the city. Here in Cape Town, year in, year out, people are subjected to inhumane activities. Here in Cape Town, you have a city for the rich and the city for the poor. Here in Cape Town, there is a skewed budget allocation, of which as the ANC, we were once in government in this city. When we were in government in this city in 2002, we took over a mess from the Democratic Alliance, where they established a city police without a budget. The then mayor of the ANC directed the departments to cut the budget so that we are able to accommodate the police department. So what we are intending to do as the ANC, because the majority in this city is black people, so-called the colored and the Africans, but the DA continues to protect the privilege of the minority, of which we are not going to do.
Madam Zillan, it's a very direct accusation, the last one.
Yes,
I want you to start there.
I think, Vuyo, I will get the email addresses of all the colleagues here and send them all the before and after pictures of how Cape Town has changed. That is the truth. You talk about integrity and honesty has become the victim of the ANC government because of corruption and greed. That's what it is. The ANC claim to be the liberators of yesterday, but they are the oppressors today in the cities where they govern. In the cities where they govern. Vuyo, it is a fact, and this comes from the National Treasury. The National Treasury said that the city of Cape Town is too generous with our free basic services. The Auditor General said, we are the best. We are the best. That's what we are. We are the best.
Let me ask you, Mr. Christians, when you're talking about integrity, were you suggesting in any way that the DA or leadership in this part of our country doesn't have integrity?
I think it's just not the DA alone. All other parties need to make a check. Now, the important thing is...
Do they or do they not have integrity?
Many of the councillors of the DA do not have integrity. Many of them do not have integrity.
You want to respond directly?
Well, the city of Cape Town, for the past 12 years, received unqualified audits. For the past 3 years, clean audits. That is integrity. That is integrity.
It comes to you, Mr. Silver. When you say that yours is to represent the poor, is it because she is not representing the poor?
We are, to be quite honest, on a previous occasion, I have told the mayor of the city of Cape Town in a radio interview that she must stop lying to the people of the Western Cape. En ek wil dit graag in Afrikaans herhaal. Die Bybel sê in Kolossense 3 vers 9, ons moet nie lieg vir mekaar nie. En dit is wat sy heiliglik doen aan die mense van die Weskaap. In the Western Cape, if you go to Khayelitsha now, I can go with you. You will see the rubble laying in the street every 200, 300 meters away from people's gates. Is that correct that you have a situation like that? Coming back to the ANC, although I do not support the views in terms of the two cities, it is quite clear that the DA don't care about Africans and colours in this province. The same mayor that is making advances. When she was the last mayoral candidate of the ID, she has made certain promises, and up until today, she has never implemented promises.
Madam Mayor,
Well,
you are a liar, and you haven't delivered on your promises.
Yes, we live in a democracy. And a democracy, people decide to use their vote if they want change. 61% African and colors and whites voted for the DA. The voters will decide on the 3rd of August. We have got the lowest unemployment in the country of 19%. We have created 166,000 of EPWP jobs. And I leave it for the voters to decide, because the liars, EFF cannot be trusted with government. They are violent. They are violent. They can't trust them in government.
Thank you very much. Well, on that note, we're going to take another quick break. This debate continues on the other side of this.
people are celebrating this Junjunjis thing like a festival.
What has happened to us?
I'm an African man. I don't celebrate death. June 16 was a day in which people died.
We were sinking deeper and deeper in a quagmire of hardship.
What we must do, we must learn.
It's so emotional. We should change this thing.
Education is an important thing that is a master key, can open any locked doors.
June 16 should be a day in which not only young people, but South Africa should sort of take a reflection and say, where do we come from? Where are we? Where are we getting to?
From the moment you start your day.
My biggest question is how I got myself here on time.
Yeah.
So
welcome back. The Sunday Live Battlegrounds 2016 election debate. Well, tonight we're talking about the city of Cape Town, and I just want to pick up from where the current mayor left off. These are the results of the 2011 local government elections. DA got 135 seats, followed by the ANC with 73 seats. And of course, the ACDP with 3 seats. In terms of votes, this is how we translated. The DA got 57% of the vote, the ANC 34%, and the ACDP 1.2% of the vote. That, of course, is 2011. But what you're seeing now is what happened in the metro in 2014, which was the national and provincial elections. However, this is what the parties, the parties you're seeing here, polled in the metro. The ANC got, the DA got 59.38%, the ANC 32.89%, the EFF got 2.11% of the vote here, and the ACDP 1.02%. The question I want to put to the ANC first is, as people who ran the city before, and who did as well as you are saying you did, having taken over from where the DA had left off. How did you get to this position?
No, thank you very much, Vuyo. You see, fortunately, the council meeting that we had last week, some of the parties that colluded with the DA to overthrow the African National Congress confessed in that council meeting that they committed treason by aligning themselves with the Democratic Alliance. Because today, people of Cape Town are suffering. So what you are saying is the African National Congress, when we take over on the 3rd of August, we will reverse what you see in Cape Town. We want to qualify why we are saying we are running 2 cities here, the city for the rich and the city for the poor. This is the picture of the city for the poor you get in Cape Town. This is the city of the rich that you get from the city of Cape Town. So these are the differences that you get in this city. This mayor today, you just presented the figures there. She created her own figures saying that they received 61%, of which they are not... 2011. Yes, that was 2011. Yes. This current administration is running from 2011. And we are saying, yes, and we are saying, Vuyo, on the 3rd of August, we will make sure that the provision of the public transport in the city of Cape Town is directed to the communities that need that the most. Because currently, the services that are given to the people are benefiting the rich, and the mayor is defending the rich. So we're saying people can no longer be used as the voting cows. They must actually vote and make this council be accountable to the communities.
Mr. Christians, 1.02% and 1 seat. You don't just jump from there to taking over.
If you look at what's happening in South Africa, what's happening in a lot of municipalities and in the city of Cape Town at the moment is that we have people, chairperson of ratepayers associations in Tableview, in Somerset West, all over coming to us. People that was with the DA for 32 years in Eisner, the ratepayers associations, that's coming to us saying that when they ask questions to the DA councillors, they walk out. So when we talk about integrity, we talk about respecting the voter.
Mr. Joseph, how are you going to do it?
It's very simple. We have already started the process of ensuring that we have structures in place. We have already engaged the different communities, not now, a month before the elections. We have done it since last year, mid-July. We have gone throughout the province for the first time. We have gone throughout the province for the second time. We are serious to address the issues that is affecting the poor in this province. But I must also indicate, we can speak a lot of issues. The DA can speak about good governance. Maar daar's 'n Afrikaanse gesegde wat sê good governance se voet, want hulle beteken niks vir ons mense nie. Those are the issues that is affecting our people. And I would like to raise the following. That in the health department of this province, a person was dismissed for fraud in terms of nepotism, in terms of the appointment of people. However, that same person, the DA government, is back in the employ of this province. Is that correct? Then they want to be seen as holy cows. They say that they are holy cows, but they are doing exactly the same thing as the ANC government. These are the things that we will address. These are the things that we will ensure that we put on the national agenda, that people can be aware of what is happening.
Madam Dillon, in your response to everything that they just raised, I want you to also address the question of poverty and inequality as to how, in your view, in fact, what is it that you're doing to, while the numbers may well be good and continue to go up and up, but poverty and inequality do remain, and that is a fact. And the question, I guess, is what are you doing about it?
First of all, Vuyo, what we have been doing for the past 5 years, and the before and after is there for everyone to see, is that poverty is a national question. It's an indictment today that we are the most unequal country in the world. What are we doing for poverty? We've got the lowest unemployment rate in the country. We have created 166,000 EPWP jobs. We have been redressing and building up the urban side within poorer areas with pavements, roads that we have provided. We are going to spend in this budget alone 570 million rand on sanitation and water, especially for people in informal settlements and in backyards. So this is how we address poverty.
Very, very briefly, I want to come to you. I mean, do you accept what she says, that poverty is a national question? Because if that is the case, then the finger is pointing at you, for it is your party that is running this country.
Well, Vuyo, that is a distortion of truth. The mayor is misleading the public. I will give you the figures. Figures don't lie. In 2011-2012, the DA had an allocation of 553 million rand for human settlement. They only spent on that year 490 million rand. Over 63 million rand was not spent. And the mayor here is talking about delivering to the informal settlement. Vuyo, currently, we adopted a budget of 1.4 billion rands for water and sanitation. Guess what? The city of Cape Town is making an allocation of 4 million rands citywide to address the issue of the installation of standpipes. Is that the justice to the informal settlement people who are staying there? That is not true. She's misleading the public.
Well,
very briefly.
Fortunately, We have got very intelligent voters out there. And you cannot lie to the voters. They will punish you with the polls like they're punishing the ANC. They will
I want
punish
to ask
you.
the two of you gentlemen, very, very briefly, we've got to take a break. Very, very briefly to both of you. I mean, you don't have the pressure that we're now. They can continue to accuse one another of having done or not done this. What is your solution? Very, very, what is your solution to poverty and inequality in this city? 30 seconds.
I think the important thing is for us is when we talk about poverty, we're talking about our people still suffering in the city. So
How do we address
we need to re-prioritize the budget. The ACDP on numerous occasions asked the city not to give a rates increase because it's too costly for our people to stay in the city. And we're saying, listen to your voters. If your voters say it's too important to live in the city, the city must do that. The important thing for this, when we talk about integrity and respect, we talk about why is the people still living after 10 years in Blikkiesdorp? Is that dignity? Is that respect? Is that integrity?
How do we address the issue of poverty and inequality?
The only way that we can address it is through constant engagement of the people, to ensure that we address the issue of job losses, that we ensure that we improve the increases of providing jobs to the people. However, I quickly want to revert back to an issue that was raised here. The DA and the ANC are not serious about addressing poverty. They are not serious in terms of addressing the issue of water and sanitation. These are the real challenges of the people. If you go to Delft today, they were busy mobilizing each other because the DA wants to evict the people from the areas of Delft. These are the real challenges.
Time to take another quick ad break. This debate continues.
What's wrong with Triple M? What is illegal here? Who is being defrauded here, Trevor?
It is about the best interest of the citizens of this country.
But the citizens are the ones who are playing, who are members or participants in this. If you put in 15,000 rand, after 12 months you get 1.2 million rands. I mean, who wouldn't go for this?
Watch Question Time with me, Mpho Tsedu, Monday to Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on the SABC News Channel.
There are no permanent enemies or friends in politics.
I agree with Professor Siedle fully.
Do people still preserve the meaning?
They have no clue what it meant to be black under apartheid.
Acting Police Commissioner Phahlane dropped a bombshell in Parliament this week when he suggested there could be a possible cover-up. What do you think of this story? What kind of problems were those, Vuyo, if I can just get in there quickly?
Every corner or sphere of our lives has become a site of struggle.
Watch Media Monitor with me, Alicia Jali, Sundays at 9 a.m. only on the SABC News Channel.
Welcome back. You're watching the Sunday Live Battlegrounds 2016 election debates. Let's just take some quick questions or comments from the members of the audience. We're going to start with the ACDP.
A question to Mr. Ferlin Christians. People in Kells River have been evicted because of municipal arrears. What solution does the ACDP have for that? Thank you.
You don't evict people from homes without alternative accommodation. We need to accommodate them some way. So we cannot evict. I want to tell you something quickly. in Mitchell's Plain. I've just opened the office a few months ago in Mitchell's Plain. The people of Mitchell's Plain are left behind. They feel they're not part of the city of Cape Town. Now let me tell you. So we believe that this Christian principles that we have is the cornerstone of family building. Let's support the family. Let's encourage the family.
Thank you.
The ACDP will always look at alternatives, not evicting people out of houses.
Leadership, I think we have seen in the past 22 years, we have seen enough from the government of the DA. We have seen enough from the government of the ANC. Our people would like a place to live in their beautiful Western Cape. We have tons and tons of land leadership in the Western Cape, and our people are still being evicted. Please, Commissioner Bennett, address it with the panel right there and tell them that the EFF is the only and last hope of jobs and service delivery.
Thank you. The policies of our organization, the EFF, are quite clear in terms of the expropriation of land without compensation for equal distribution. It is indeed true that we have a challenge, or I believe that we have a challenge in the Western Cape pertaining to housing. However, the same DA are issuing out farmland to white farmers in the Stellenbosch and Drakensberg area. And in terms of legislation of this country, they are supposed to register any land that is being rent from the government, municipality, or any other institution to ensure if it's leased for more than 10 years, that it should be registered with the deeds office. It's quite clear that the DA government is not concerned about that. These are the issues that is affecting the people. These are the issues when we came into government, and we will definitely come into government in this province. We will ensure that we equally distribute land for the people of the Western Cape.
This question is for Madam Mayor, the best run city in the world. Madam Mayor, we would like to know what the city has done for the last 5 years in combating racism.
As the city of Cape Town, we've been very proactive in dealing with the issue of racism. We have mobilized the majority of our people that are not racist, and we have said we will not allow the minority of racists to speak for us. I have got a desk in my office where people can report racism and where I do take it up. We've also seen a dialogue amongst all the people in Cape Town talking about the difficult issue of racism. But racism must be condemned wherever it rears its ugly head. We will continue to work for reconciliation and redress in our country to make sure that we build a nation, one future.
The city, aka the DA, has now been provisioning to create integrated communities for a long time, and still it's not happened. So my question is to the ANC. Which land would the ANC identify to create such communities, and which informal settlements or townships which we do away with?
I think in responding to that question, the issue of separate communities is racism. Yeah. We need to integrate communities so that we speak with one voice. I have to start from there. What we are going to do as African National Congress when we take over on the 3rd of August, we have done a land audit already. There is land that is belonging to the city. There is land that is belonging to the central government. That is our national government. But because the city doesn't want to integrate communities, they want to perpetuate the old apartheid spatial planning. What we are going to do as the ANC is to make sure that the land that we have identified in Wingfield, the land that we have identified in Commons, the land that we have identified in Constantia, and the land that we have identified in Tenan, we develop that land and house our people. So this is how we have to integrate our communities. On this issue of racism that I have raised, the mayor is misleading the communities. There are councillors of the DA who have been found guilty of calling staff members with K-words. Those councillors are still serving today, and the mayor is not doing anything about it. So she must not come here and mislead the public.
Time to take a quick ad break. This debate continues on the other side of this.
There are no permanent enemies or friends in politics.
I agree with Professor Sietle fully.
Do people still preserve the meaning?
They have no clue what it meant to be black under apartheid.
Acting Police Commissioner Plaatjie dropped a bombshell in Parliament this week when he suggested there could be a possible cover-up. What do you think of this story? What kind of problems were those, Vuyo, if I can just get in there quickly?
Every corner or sphere of our lives has become a site of struggle.
Watch Media Monitor with me, Alicia Jali, Sundays at 9 a.m. only on the SABC News Channel.
Welcome back. You're watching the Sunday Live Battlegrounds 2016 election debates. Do you think these parties are being unfair to you?
No, you know what? I really don't take them serious. Because when you come on debates like this, you must have your facts right.
What are they missing?
Last week, Vuyo, a research was released, not by the city of Cape Town, that show the most segregated cities in South Africa is Johannesburg, Port Elizabeth, followed by Durban. Cape Town is only number 6. We're only number 6. The second lie is that is why we are so eager as the DA to take this Cape Town story, to pull those other metros right. We want to take over PE, we want to take over Joburg, and we want to take over Tshwane, because this we want to take to the people of those cities.
Let me ask the ANC what for you are the obstacles to regaining control of the metro? And is it factors outside of your control?
Well, Vuyo, we are on track, I must say. We are on track as African National Congress. The fact that the Democratic Alliance can use the council resources to phone each and every member of the community to vote for the DA, they can feel the pressure of the African National Congress. So what we are saying here, what we are saying here, Vuyo, they are using the resources of the city. We can prove that. What we are saying here, Vuyo, the mayor have been following her, going to communities. I have never seen the mayor going to Constantia wearing a mask. But when she goes to Kukuleti, in Barcelona, she's wearing a mask. These are the two cities, Vuyo, that we're talking about. So what we're saying now, people of Mitchell's Plain, people of Bontebal, they must actually refuse to be used as the voting cows. They must make their mark on the 3rd of August and say to Patricia Delil, the mayor of Cape Town, enough is enough. We are tired of being
Madam Mayor, I'm going to come to you just now. Can I ask you about, what he raised?
I'm not surprised that the voters don't take them serious. Because to just scream and shout about the DA without showing us their plan, the voters want to see a plan. They don't have a plan.
But there are people, I just want to ask you about something he reminded me of.
Yes.
There are a lot of people who took exception to you walking into that place with a mask on.
I can tell you why. I can tell you why I walked in there with a mask. I walked in there with a mask because the ANC stopped the contractors from coming to clean the chemical toilets. And when I walked in there, I was advised that because I'm going inside the toilets that I must put on that mask for no other reason. For no other reason. Because there was a health risk. That's the only reason.
Vuyo, I think she have revealed tonight that reason that she have provided is a lame excuse. Every day the people of Khayelitsha and of informal settlement needs to utilize these toilets to ensure that they can relieve themselves. Even on the farms of the Western Cape, people have difficulty going into the toilets because they need to relieve themselves. However, this local government elections campaign in the Western Cape will focus on one major issue, and that is that the truth to be told to the people of the Western Cape. One, the issue of Palestine, we will ensure that people knows, and that certain sectors of the community that is supporting the DA, that they can understand why they can't support the DA. The issue that the UDF is driving in terms of the Amabutu internal forces is an issue relating to Guguletu 7 and Dr. Hamilton Nake. Now, if we don't know Dr. Hamilton Nake, it was a person that was involved with Dr. Professor Chris Barnard in terms of the first heart transplant. On national TV, we can say tonight that Professor Chris Barnard was never the person that was doing the first heart transplant.
I want the voters to know that this time around, after 23 years, the ACDP is going to be a major role player. For the first time now, we are looking in the city of Cape Town to win more than 20 awards in the city of Cape Town. We are looking because people, and she's sitting right in front like Charlotte Williams, came over to the ACDP. People, long-standing members of the DA ANC came over to us to say, we need change. And the ACDP is the only party that can bring about change. I'm asking the voter not to be misled, but to believe that we have servant leaders that will put them first to control the city. We are serious. In the Western Cape, we are looking to control 8 municipalities in the Western Cape. We are serious, and that's why we say to the voter, stand with us. Stand with us.
Mr. Satasha. Well, just as you are making you have less than a minute to make your concluding remarks. But here's something I want to ask you very directly. Are you prepared? Is there anything that you are prepared to accept that they are doing right? That which, if you take over after the third, you will build upon. Is there any, even one thing that you are prepared to accept that they are doing right?
Well, Vuyo, for the fact that they've taken some of the tips from the African National Congress in terms of presenting. Remember, the ANC was the first party to present its manifesto. All other parties came after the ANC. So some of them, they've taken the tips from the ANC, but we are going to show them how to implement these programs that we've actually articulated in the manifesto. Quickly, Vuyo, in terms of our program going forward, what we are going to do as African National Congress, because she's saying we don't have a plan. We want to say to her today, our plan is to stimulate the local economy. How are we going to stimulate the local economy? We are going to make sure that those people who are in the township, they manufacture plastics, they manufacture towels. We take students who have not completed their matrix through the EPWP and finish their studies. So that's what we are going to do as African National Congress.
Thank you
That's the
very
plan
much.
everybody must follow.
Mr.
Thank you very
Christian,
much.
not even one thing that you're prepared to concede the governing party is doing right, that which if you take over after the 3rd, you'll be able to build upon?
It's important to realize, like I said earlier, in Swellendam, the best run municipality in the country 2015 is run between the ACDP and the DA is running Swellendam, the best run municipality. So I must tell you, and I must tell the voter, the ANC is dead. The EFF will never get anywhere. So it is, I'm telling you, people will see. It's going to be a 2-horse race between the DA and the ACDP. We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Thank you, Vuyo. It is quite clear that the ACDP is in a dream world. We are not dreaming currently. It's a reality that we will address the challenges of the poor in this province, and in that way, we will ensure that we can make a turnaround. One of the major issues that we would like to address is the issues pertaining to illegalizing the goods that they are taking from street traders. Currently, street traders, goods are being taken away by the DA government. These people that is making a living on the basis that they are selling these goods to provide for their families. So there's no ways that we can allow a government to take away the goods of people in terms of providing for themselves. Now that creates to a challenge of crime, and more specifically in the Western Cape. That's why people are going into that direction. So these are the issues that we need to address. We need to address to ensure that we have community safety plans within the city and not taking it for granted. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam Mayor, concluding remarks.
I want to make an appeal and ask the voters to lend us their vote for another 5 years so that we can continue to make progress. Here's our plan. Nobody can beat us. We are the best. Thank you.
Well, that is where we are going to leave it for this evening. From Cape Town, it's a good evening, and thank you very much for watching. Till we meet again next week, same time on SABC 1 and SABC News Channel 404. You are watching the Sunday Live Battlegrounds 2016 debate.